started the Hong Kong Ballet because I was a dancer and I wanted to dance, and I wanted to dance full time. It started properly in January 1979 as the Hong Kong Academy Ballet Company. We rehearsed in the tiny rehearsal studios of the Baptist College.
I think that it was an offshoot, it was a result of the Hong Kong Ballet Group, because Hong Kong Ballet Group actually is the history of ballet in Hong Kong. And the founders of the ballet company were Mary Griffiths, Kay Jones, and Paula Lau, who was also part of the ballet group.
In 1981, we changed it to the Hong Kong Ballet. All the dancers, I remember, all worked hard all the time.
Every opportunity we have to promote the Hong Kong Ballet, we'll slip it in.
We very rarely performed in theatres. We actually did a lot of school performances.
Right.
学校他们一般对很多那个芭蕾舞的一些动作或者一些形式，他们不太了解，所以去了给他们表演了，他们看到了，看到台上的一些我们在表演要举人，所以最后的时候说谁愿意上来，大家可以试一试，哎，他们就上来了，有的也要举一举。
还有到什么地方？医院，
然后
监狱 ，prison，
监狱，对，老人院、公园，有的时候不管天气好坏。定了演出就要去演，哎，有时候落雨也要照常演出。
So we did Napoli without point shoes, without tights, just barefoot in the rain, so we could get our money. Or the government invested a lot of money in new halls. These new stages wanted performances, and we got more dancers. And meanwhile, Terence Etheridge took over and put on, I think, the Nutcracker.
我是魔术师，Terry 当时他自己编的舞嘛，所以我在那里面有一些那变奏啊，有一些一般的那个很多魔术师没有独舞的，他那也安排了一些独舞。我记得跟林德峰在那个三幕的时候啊，对花之圆舞曲的时候，我们俩做 partner， 我举他。
Well, from the first Nutcracker to the second Nutcracker, the whole company had changed. It had grown in numbers, right? So there was many more dancers. We were performing in the Grand Theatre of the Cultural Centre, right? So that was also different. We had a production that had already been danced before, so it was a Scottish ballet production of the Nutcracker.
Cartier decided to come on board and sponsor the new production. And also we were accompanied by the Hong Kong Philharmonic. The charming things that they decided to do in transferring the production from Scottish Ballet to the Hong Kong Ballet was the Snow Queen at the end of the first act is accompanied by two polar bears in the traditional production. John Fraser, who redesigned the production in 1987, decided to use pandas instead.
That was 1989. I was a student in the APA. I played a panda for my first show with Hong Kong Ballet. And 3 years later, I come back as a prince.
We realized that we have to tour, so we had to get a repertoire of sorts that would be unique to the Hong Kong Ballet. And it was during discussions with Sissy, who's the then chairman, and Helen, who's the CEO, that we adopted this policy of producing 2 full-length works a year, one of them being a Chinese theme.
Also, I loved the costume, the Chinese style, traditional style of the costume. When wedding scene, I need to wear the big headdress with the heavy costume.
About the solo that I have done in these pieces is actually as a challenge for me. I said, oh, how to do that upside down? I left upside down, and then many times I've been falling on the floor.
I remember we went to the US tour and we performed The Last Emperor. Year was 2001, and right after the 9/11. The security was everywhere very tight.
I remember for the North American tour, where we went to 24 cities, performed 26 performances in 7 weeks. I had to talk to the technical people. They actually refused to go because they think that it will be too difficult for them to, to go into the theater on the day almost and build the set, and then we had the production in the evening.
Well, when you toured, then you realize the ballet company members were very together. They are really like a happy cosmopolitan family because you have this blonde hair guy, and then they have this Japanese or Chinese. They really mingle together very well.
People from the Chinese community, they almost come up in tears and tell us how they appreciate it. We bring a ballet with a Chinese story to the New York City Center.
My version of Nutcracker is actually a very simple one. It's simply the story of a young girl falling infatuated rather with her nephew. The choreography I deliberately made very challenging for the dancers. Snowflake's dance is fiendish, absolutely fiendish, and terribly long.
印象比较深刻的就是雪花群舞有2个雪花领舞，又很难又累，然后就是挑战非常大。
因为所有的双人舞它都是在空中的，就是基本上没下来过。
对，很多 lift， 很多高难度的 lift。
I just said, your brief is to make it as spectacular as possible. The tree grows from something like this, and it grows into this enormous tree, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. People think it's going to stop, but then it doesn't. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And then, of course, at the end, you have that sparkling burst, which makes everybody go,
I thought what I could give them was to develop their artistic skills. So, for example, if we take Don Quixote that we just finished, we had 3 main casts and they were extremely different. And that's how you develop your artistry.
Lovely company. I'm so happy for that. I mean, especially good attitude. I mean, the 90% of dancers has very good attitude to work.
They love dancing.
They're really working hard.
They pay their soul in the studio.
Yeah.
They're really working hard, and they really improve on stage. Once we see them on stage, we're so proud of them.
In every ballet company, we usually focus on women. And of course, we have the most amazing women. But we also have a very strong part of male dancers. And therefore, it was fantastic to see how they took castrati to their heart. We are the only ones in the world dancing Nacho Duarte's castrati.
It 它的背景、服装都是很新颖、很现代化，就是大家看了会哇耳目一新，觉得哇很漂亮。
它的设计是老鼠王的头有前面一个头，还有后面还有2对眼睛。
Grandpa 因为是很多动作是在我身上试出来的，他告诉我他想要这样的感觉，一定要 elegant。 他说不是要一直在忙技术，然后让你喘不过气的这种感觉。
I think the future for the Hong Kong Ballet looks really bright. We have signed up with a so-called agent that will hopefully bring us abroad more, and that's why it's so important that we continue to commission ballets. The Firecracker was done before by Yuri, but he reworked it for the Hong Kong Ballet as we work in point shoes, and he developed it so it was sort of tailor-made.
The Hong Kong Ballet Balls are both a celebration of ballet as a dance form. And I think it's a great marketing tool. But of course, in the end, ballet balls are about people.
You know, every year I had different chair ladies doing the ball. And so they all had their fresh ideas. And some of them are just quite brilliant.
I think my first involvement with the ballet ball was when I first came back to Hong Kong in the early 90s. My sister was the chairperson. So I did, you know, all the administrative, you know, running around, and it was a lot of fun. And I didn't even realize then that it was then the only major, most prestigious ball.
最好玩一年就係阿 Pansy 做嗰個 Winter Summerland， 好似係一個 Winter Russian Ball 咁樣嘅。佢連啲牆喺 Regent Hotel 嗰啲都包晒嘅。咁然後就個個着晒白色㗎，好似 like Dr. Zhivago. It's beautiful.
I think the most memorable one would be last year when I asked the other committee members to come along and we did a few minutes ballet performance.
I actually started the Nutcracker benefit with the idea of eventually going to 2 fundraising events a year for the ballet.
每年喺10月咧，我哋就會舉行呢個 Nutcracker benefit 啦。好多 guest 都係可能會第一次接觸ballet 啦，或者第一次接觸 Nutcracker 呢個 story 啦。咁佢哋都I think they all go away with a very fun experience.
The people to thank for the start of the Hong Kong Ballet were the people in it at the beginning. Kay Jones being able to collect the money. So YK Power, without him, we couldn't have done it.
I would have to thank the ladies who first started Hong Kong Ballet. All the board members along the years, over the past 35 years, for sustaining and building up Hong Kong Ballet. And naturally, also our staff, you know, we have very dedicated, be it both administrative and creative staff, who are very dedicated, who are very loyal to Hong Kong Ballet.
I would like to see happen is that there be a stronger sense of the history of the company. Those pioneering years were like, and they were difficult, they were very hard. There was a period of great growth, and I would love to think that the history of the company can be recorded for posterity.
The Hong Kong Ballet is a treasure to Hong Kong. And with these roots, with a home, with regular performances in a theatre that is their home theatre, they will reach even greater heights.
I truly, truly, truly do wish that the Hong Kong Ballet will be getting their own home.
好快脆會有自己嘅地方啦，有自己嘅屋企啦。
希望我們以後有一個自己的家。
You will have a new home within 5 years' time.
One day soon, establish its own home somewhere.
祝香港芭蕾舞团能够更加进步、更加提高，享誉亚洲，享誉国际。希望能够跟香港的社会更加融洽、更加投入。
Happy birthday, Hong Kong Ballet. May you keep the spirit of dance alive.
Happy birthday, the Hong Kong Ballet.
生日快乐！
お誕生日おめでとう。
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hong Kong Ballet.
Happy 35th anniversary.
Happy 35th birthday, Hong Kong Ballet. I'm very proud.
生日快乐 Happy birthday